it's me, host Superstar. Thank you very much for tuning in. Look what I got! It's Sergeant Kreel. This is one of the new figures from the new publication series, I think they call it, or the comic book series of action figures from the Star Wars Black Series line. And this is a really cool looking figure from the modern comics. He looks badass. I'm really excited. So we have Sergeant Kreel. There is an awesome picture on the back of him there, wielding the saber as well. Down the side here, you can see the comic strip style, which I love. That continues to the top, and even on the bottom. If we open up the box as well, there is another awesome picture there, along with the windowed box. Enjoy the windowed box while you can. And there is a little write-up which does state, Sergeant Kreel, formerly Undercover Agent 5241, serves as the leader of an elite group of Stormtroopers, Task Force 99, better known as the Scar Squadron, under the direct command of Darth Vader. He's got a red pauldron with the Empire logo on it, which is pretty cool as well. Cannot wait to bust this guy out, so let's go ahead and jump straight in and bust this bad guy out of the packaging. So guys, here's Agent Kreel out of the packaging, looking absolutely awesome. He is such a cool figure. Oh, Sergeant Kreel, should I? Did I call him Agent Kreel? I think I called him Agent Kreel then, I meant to say Sergeant. Either way, the figure is awesome. I really like the look of this Stormtrooper. The lightsaber is amazing, by the way. I've got to show you that in a moment. But loving the sculpt on this figure. This is a very nice new Stormtrooper. He just looks so cool. Head's on a ball joint, so you can't make him look up, down, left and right. There is a bit of head pivot in there as well, left and right movements. There is a little white head under there, if you want to take the mask off. Probably have to heavily heat it up to get rid of all the glue and stuff, but it probably is possible. He does have his blaster, which does actually fit into his holster, which is around the back here. So if I just move his hands out of the way, we can just slide the blaster straight into there. He does come with a lot of little faffy bits that do like to fall down, which is dead annoying. So he's got the little blue thing that sits on his arm, and he's got the little pouch. They like to slide down his arm a lot. He's got lots of little pouches and things as well on him, which is pretty cool. But yeah, nice looking Stormtrooper. Arms lift out to the side. There is going to be a lot of scuffage though, because that arm piece doesn't lift up over the top of the rest of the costume. So for me, that's going to get a lot of scuffage up here. The arm does have a single hinged elbow that also rotates. There's also rotation at the bicep. Hands are on a ball joint. You can crunch him around here at the abdomen. Lots of movement going on there. Sorry, I was a bit close there, aren't I? Yeah, lots of movement at the crunch there. Legs lift outwards, as well as forwards and backwards. Again, hindered a lot by the arm pieces, so a lot of the movement is hindered. Top thigh cut, a single hinge knee, but it does wrap around very well, also rotates, and the feet are on rocker and pivot. Now, this lightsaber is so cool. The lightsaber is like a proper highlight for me on this figure. So look at this for a saber piece. So solid black hilt with a nice silver top to it. Such a cool looking blade. And yes, you can remove that part there, so we can just have the hilt as well. This lightsaber hilt for me is almost too good to stick with him. I would love to actually take the green blade out of this and stick a red blade in it and have that as a Sith lightsaber, because it just looks so cool in black. But either way, it works with him and it slots into his hand very easily. And he's quite firm holding it as well. So yeah, very cool lightsaber and a really cool figure. I think this is a great addition to the line. He really is nice. Yeah, I think he's a great addition to the toy line, and he looks really good. Whether you're going to use him as, Sergeant Kreel, or whether you're just going to keep this guy as a generic Stormtrooper in your collection, like a Sergeant with the red pauldron stuff. Either way, is super nice to have, and definitely worth getting just for the accessory pieces alone. And the customizability, like you could, if you wanted another standard trooper, you can remove all these extra pieces. All these pieces are all really good for customizations, and the saber is brilliant alone. So I mean, just the saber is definitely worth having. So yeah, for me, this is definitely worth a pickup and was definitely worth the price tag. Yes, it is a little bit more expensive given that it is the publishing series, or whatever they call it. They put it in a fancy box, so they do charge us a little bit more for it. But Totally worth it as a figure that I don't think we'd get otherwise. So I'm really happy with that publishing series. Yes, Kristen was okay. The BK, he was okay. The Princess Leia's looking good. I can't wait to get her in hand, and I should have the Darth Vader with me over the next coming days. So stay tuned for that review as well. We finally got a George Lucas action figure. This is so cool. Obviously, this can go stand well with our Stan Lee figure as well. If Hasbro give us a Henson at the end of the day, I'll be so happy with that. And we've got like the main three. Then just give us an Elias, Walter Disney, and I'll be so happy. But anyway, we finally got our hands on George Lucas, and this is him in his Stormtrooper disguise. We pay homage to George Lucas and his remarkable accomplishments in film with a likeness of the director himself, clad in the distinctive armour of the Imperial Stormtrooper. Now, this is from the Lucasfilm 50th anniversary line, and obviously this is based on George Lucas' from A New Hope of 1977. Awesome. I love the card back and stuff, but we are going to bust this guy out of the packaging because I want a closer look at that figure. So let's jump straight in and bust George out of the box. How cool is this figure, guys? I am really happy to say we have this in the collection now. It's George Lucas in a Stormtrooper disguise. Such a cool concept and a really, really fun figure to own. I'm not going to lie. This is like the Stan Lee figure, although this time he's in a Stormtrooper outfit. So, yeah, I understand they gave us a Stormtrooper 3-inch figure years ago. I think it was a 3-inch figure anyway. Yeah, I'm sure it was. They gave us one of him years ago, right? If I remember rightly. But recently Marvel did the Stan Lee figure. I would have liked to have seen this George Lucas figure without the Stormtrooper outfit, I think. Like, maybe just in his general, outfit. But either way, I'm going to definitely be taking the head off of this figure after this video. I'll be popping that head off and shoving it on a different body. And I'll be just keeping this as a generic Stormtrooper. One thing about this figure, though, that annoys me, the helmet, that lip at the front, really hinders going on. Oh, you have to really force it in. And that with a good face sculpt like this, I'm really worried about forcing it in. Because I don't want to break the figure. And like I say, you can never, I always say this, you can never have too many troopers in a collection, because Stormtroopers you always need for dioramas, you always need as fodder for, your action figure shots, or for display purposes. You always need a few troopers kicking about to flank Vader or someone. So you can never have too many troopers. It's just that I can't see myself using this as a trooper when I know that there's a George Lucas head under there. So I'm definitely going to be popping that head off and putting another crappy head on just so I can put the helmet on, and then keep him forever as a general Stormtrooper. But yeah, that head needs to come off, and I need to find a new body for him. I'm thinking the Marvel Legends Professor X, the one that came with the Logan figure? Because he's in like a cardigan and like that. That's kind of for me, that's got very George Lucas vibes about it. So I'm tempted to go with that one. Obviously from his younger days, there's not many figures you could use to kind of for his body and stuff. So I'm going to go with that one, I think. But I'll keep you guys posted via shorts and stuff with what I decide to use him for. But either way, it's so cool to have a George Lucas figure in this collection. It's just really fun. I've got that helmet on, and now I need to get it back off again. See what I mean about? Oh, you don't want to scuff that face sculpt either, because it is a really nice sculpt they've given us for him. So I'm frightened that pulling that helmet on and off is going to really cause issues. But articulation-wise, so head is on a ball joint, so you can make him look up, down, left, and right, all that good stuff. Plenty of movement in the neck and stuff. Arm does lift up with the side hinge here and also rotates. There's also a single-hinged elbow that also rotates. Crunch at the abdomen, which is a complete crunch circle, which is nice, so you can crunch him around. Legs do lift out all the way to the side, as much as these pieces here will allow. Again, forwards, they do lift up at the front, so that doesn't hinder the forward motion, and back motion is stopped by the skirt piece here. We have a thigh cut as well, so we can rotate him around, and we have a single hinge knee that also rotates. And the feet are on rocker and pivot with display peg holes, should you wish to use a display base. Not that you're going to need to. Stands pretty sturdy, to be honest. You watch will follow when I've said that. Stands pretty sturdy, and yeah, is a pretty decent figure, and a really good sculpt. Like I say, I'm a big fan of that head sculpt. It looks decent. It's not 100% accurate, it's not amazing, but it's not the worst head sculpt I've seen over the years, so Definitely worth having in the collection. But guys, what are your thoughts on this one? Let us know in the comments below. So overall thoughts on these two figures, as you can see, both look impeccable. It's great to have army builders in the collection anyway, because obviously now that I've got a bunch of Imperial Stormtroopers, I said to you a couple of videos ago, I'm looking to like build up my troopers anyway, because I don't have many galactic troopers. I seem to have a lot of First Order and a lot of clones, but I don't seem to have many in the way of the original troopers. So the fact that the George Lucas figure comes with the helmet, I can double him up, not only as a cool George Lucas figure, but as an army builder for my dioramas and shots and things like that as well. Especially because like the other soldiers, you know, like the Sergeant Kreel and the Sand Troopers and stuff, you can remove the pauldrons pretty easily and just use them as Stormies if you need them for, you know, shot and things like that. But before we go, we've got to see that head one more time before we leave, because it is so good. There he is. There's George. I can't wait standing with Dave Filoni, actually. That's going to be a cool little thing to have. And yeah, Sergeant Kreel looks good. That lightsaber is definitely the highlight for me in this one. And it's just great to have them both in the collection. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this 2-for-1 video today. If you want to see more videos like this, let us know in the comments down below. And just thank you all very much for tuning in today. I hope you enjoyed the video. So guys, if you did enjoy the video, please make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. If you're new around here, hitting that like button just indicates to YouTube that you are enjoying my content. And subscribing, obviously, if you enjoyed the video, you want to see more content, please hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on any future videos. Guys, I want to thank you all very much for watching. Leave us a comment down below. I am responding to as many comments as possible, and your comment may appear in the next video. But guys, thank you very much for watching. As always, I'm your host, Superstar, and I'll see you in the next video. But until then, may the Force be with you. Bye!